Let's look at some helper functions that you might need with Turbo Authenticated to use in your application. So for that, I've just created a quick application here, and this is how the application looks like. And just for context, we're going to use an SDK called Turbo SDK from our drive. So you install it using npmi at our drive slash Turbo SDK. Coming back here, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to bring in Turbo. So I'll say Turbo is going to be equal to Turbo Factory. And you have to make sure you import from the web version of it, because if you import just from Turbo slash SDK, it's going to break. It's going to think you're in a Node.js environment. So you have to make sure it's from the web, and then you put authenticated. The next thing you do here is you add a signer, and the signer here, we're going to use the rconnect signer. So I'm going to have new rconnect signer. And then it's going to be window.archive wallet. And the reason why I'm using the rconnect signer is because I've imported here the rconnect wallet. We're using the archive wallet kit for connection. Okay. And this, just if I close this, if you click here, nothing happens at the moment because we haven't implemented the connect functionality, right? So for that, I'm going to use a hook that is provided by Archive Wallet Kit, and it's called use connection. And as you can see, I'm importing it from Archive Wallet Kit /React, and the function we need is called connect. And this button here, we shall do an on click, and it's going to go to connect. So with that, if I click again here, you should see a pop-up. Oh, and it's not coming out because I'm already connected, so I need to disconnect here. And if I click connect again, you'll see a pop-up that asks us to connect to our Wonder wallet. Before we even go to connecting, I'm just going to copy this and paste it down here, remove this on-click function because we will use a different function for this one. And instead of connect button here, I'll just say click me. So what I need to do here is to implement a logic where only when I'm not connected, it would show the connect button. If I'm connected, it's going to show click me. And use connection provides that boolean that is called connected. So we're going to say if I'm not connected this way, show the connect button. But if I'm connected, just show me the click me. And with that, I can now try this and see if it works. So I click connect. I connect to my wallet. And yeah, you should see click me because I'm already connected. So now, the first function we're going to use with Turbo, it's going to be getting balance. So you get the balance of the connected wallet. And this balance is going to be displayed in Winston credit. So what I'm going to do is I'll just create a function probably called click me. And I'm going to add it here on click me. So on click is going to be equal to click me. And this is going to be an async function. I'll just wrap that in a try catch. For the error part, I'll just log the error for now. And here what I'm going to do is this function brings back an object, and I'll destructure the object. So shall do await turbo turbo.getBalance. And this is going to get the balance of our wallet or of our address because we are using Turbo Authenticated. But also it accepts a parameter that you can add if you want to get another wallet's address. In our case, we're going to get our own wallet address balance, and this is going to be wink, and you can call it balance. So we can call this balance. And so what I'm going to do is for the sake of this time, I'm going to display this to the user. So I'm going to call this wink balance. Wink balance, yeah. But this is not going to be number of or null. It's going to be a string because the return result is a string. Okay, so we import use state here from React, and what we do here is we set the states. Set state. No, sorry, not set state. Set wink balance. set wink balance to balance that way. So now the next logical step here is to display this to the user, and I'll try to create a div here, and this div is going to have, yep, wink balance. Okay, nice. That should work. So I save this, and if I click me, you should see the wink balance showing up here. This is the wink balance I have for my wallet address. And so these type of helper functions can just help in your UI to display some info to the user or some data to the user, or to add some logic to your application. For example, you can check the balance of the user before they are even able to deploy to Turbo. That way, if their Winston balance or Winston credit is less than the amount of Winston credit required to upload, you can as well just show the a sort of error message rather than letting them upload, because it's going to fail anyways. So that's why you need to be aware or to know some of these helper functions. That was the first one. Next, we're going to have a different one. So I might as well just delete this, remove all of this, because we're not going to use the console moving forward. Just delete all of this. So now the next function here, might as well remove this. I don't think I'll need this anymore. The next function we're going to see here is the function to display the user address or the current address that is out of this signer. So I'm going to say address, and this is going to be, yep, autocomplete has just come in handy, but this is not the right one. It's turbo.signer.getNativeAddress. Get native address. Yeah, and this is going to show me the address of the wallet that is connected. So if I try to run that, the wallet should look something like, it should end with DNA, I think. So if I click here, yeah, you can see it ends with DNA, and this is the address that is connected, or that the signer is going to use here, right? And then this type of function might be helpful if you're trying to do something like creating a checkout page, right? And this prompts me actually to the next function that I'm going to use. So we shall just use these two functions, one with the other, so that it makes more sense. So the next function that I'm going to use is the function that creates a checkout where you can buy Winston credit using your credit card. So this is going to be, it brings back an object that we are going to destructure, but it's await turbo dot create checkout session. And so it takes a couple of things. One, it amount. I think for those who have watched that video about Turbo and unauthenticated, you've probably seen this function. But then here it's going to change a bit, in a sense that we're going to have a place for promo codes, which is not available using Turbo unauthenticated. So as you said here, as you saw, you need to use that USD function, and I can put in 10 USD this way. Next, I need to put in the owner. And so here for the owner, you can use your own address. For example, you're trying to create a checkout session for yourself. That way you can use this function. And I think you can kind of see where the previous function can be used. And so the other thing I talked about is promo codes. So promo codes helps you reduce a bit on the cost that you need to incur to buy some tokens. And I think these promo codes can only be given by the RIO team. So you might have to reach out to them to see. But then you don't have this promo code functionality when you're using Turbo unauthenticated. It's only when you're using Turbo authenticated that you have access to these promo codes. And so this brings back the most important sort of parameter that comes back from this, or the value, is the URL. And this is going to be the URL to the checkout session. Again, I'll log that in the console. I will not navigate to that link. But then within your application, you can like maybe try to open that link directly, depending on your logic. I just wanted you to know that there is this promo codes. There is a promo code parameter that you can add to create checkout session while using Turbo Authenticated. So if I click here again, you should be able to see, yeah, the Stripe checkout session is over there, right? And also there is another function that you already covered, which is called, I think, crypto to fiat. Most of those functions, if you're using Turbo Authenticated, they have promo codes. So crypto to fiat, there is also another function that I'm forgetting. But when you're using Turbo Authenticated again, those functions can add promo codes so that you can have some percentage off on the amount that you have to pay. These are the extra functions that we didn't cover with Turbo Unauthenticated. But then one thing to keep in mind that I won't try to cover again. Turbo Authenticated has all the helper functions from Turbo Unauthenticated. Then on top of that, you have these extra helper functions that I've just covered. So that is just something to keep in mind as we move on. So watch out for the next video that is going to be about uploads with Turbo Authenticated using different wallets, MetaMask wallet, Solana wallet, and also the rConnect wallet, just the way we've just done it here. So keep an eye open for that. It's coming very soon on the channel, and I'll see you there.